What's up, folks?
Hey, hey, hey. We are here at McDojo Chronicles about to explain and tell about our experience at a McDojo. And so we're about to get started. We're going
But
to wait till we see some more viewers come on so that we can get started.
first of all, I want to tell you that just bear with us with our story because sometimes we go all over the place, but we're gonna try to keep in line with you, uh our experience in chronological order and everything. And you know what I'm saying, we can hopefully that what I'm saying we have an impact uh on people that are at Medojos and people who are looking for places to learn self defense or whatever, that they do not run into McDojos,
Or
and that these
training.
or these they can leave the McDojos
Yeah,
and
because you
everything.
just need to know what you're looking for and what, if you're in the middle of experiencing this, it's okay to just go ahead and turn around and walk away because that's your money and your time and your skills and your abilities being wasted for some McDojo shit. So we're gonna tell you about our experience and hopefully it'll enlighten you all to hear, see, and know the next time you see a McDojo.
All right, so what it is now, how we always how we got into wanting to know self defense. We saw what was it? Spit snatch, the Russian stuff. That
Yeah,
spit snatch and stuff.
Spitznats and
And
Israeli martial
we
art.
and we saw the Krav
Krav
Maga and
Maga.
all that, and you know what I'm saying.
He was like,
Yeah,
"What?
we
We're
think
trying to do that."
yeah. But so anyway, um, we got uh this little booklet from a college, and we were looking through, and then we saw that they had
They were
self
offering different classes.
yeah, and that was off, and then we saw that they offered self defense class. All right, so we wanted to we want to go ahead and check it on out and everything, and it wasn't much. It was like $30, and it was for a month for 1 day out the week, so 4 days and everything. So we said, well, shoot, let's go ahead and try it out and everything.
Let's try it out. And but before then, before we went and found that out, we were like, oh, trying to think about it because we was thinking if our nephew was gonna come stay with us or something. And so we were like, okay, we need to get in shape and we need to know how to do martial arts. So if anything, because he's a teenager, and so we was like, we want to make sure we know how to do martial arts. We still straight. We know because we already knew. We thought we knew how to fight. So that's that was our moving forward too. And we were in pretty good shape, but we wanted to get in better shape. So we found the thing in the paper and uh we started working out and trying to be in shape. So by the time we had to go there, we were like at least in decent shape. We weren't out of breath or something. If we had to do 2 push-ups or something.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So excuse me. But anyway, so all right, so we pay for the course and everything, and so we end up going and everything. So it's like it's the I guess the instructor, the head instructor that owned the place, and then they got I guess the assistant instructor, and they probably had like one more guy there, and he was a yellow belt. Uh, they're helping us do the self defense course and everything.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? It's intriguing and stuff, and he's teaching us how to do the jab
Yeah, and
and
self-defense and how to
yeah,
not get. He was teaching us how to take a gun out of somebody's hand, how to stop from being choked, and
yeah,
how to flip someone over, and
yeah.
uh, just different moves that you
And,
can maneuver. And we
and
were like, okay.
and just realize we have no martial arts experience. We have no idea what a McDojo is. We just
Mind you, we think we might know a little bit because we saw it on TV. So we think we know how to do martial arts, but we don't at this time.
so anyway, we were doing all these little wrist locks and not a lot, but teaching us how to do a jab and a reverse punch. A reverse punch is a cross. You know what I'm saying? If you know the boxing terms and everything, and all that stuff, a roundhouse, not front push kick, and
He just taught us two basic kicks and two basic punches.
But us being inexperienced, we like, wow,
Oh,
this
is
really
great.
works. Not realizing that when people's not resisting it, it's easy.
It's easy, right? Yeah. So anyway, so then we move forward to
WWE or something
so
like that, right?
Yeah. So the second week he sees that we're doing great, and he invites us to come and just to some of the other practices. And we're like, sure, yeah, we'll come to the other practices. Great. And so we went to the other practices and we got to see what was going on in there. And we joined in and exercised with them and did different things. And that particular day was a sparring day. And so, we've never seen it up close and personal. We've seen sparring in the streets, but we, not with pads. Yeah, professional sparring. Yeah.
Combat sports.
Yeah. And so they looked like they were doing something. And so we were like, yeah, okay, we're going to come back next week and the following week. And so then what happened? The following week we come, and when we first get there, they have this young guy running on his knees. He's running on his knees. And so we're like, wow, look at that. And because we used to come to practice early, like for about maybe an hour before practice actually started.
But is this like before the end of the we got to talk about before the end of the before we got into the self-defense thing?
Okay, but that's what I'm talking about. We remember when they invited us while we were in the middle of the self-defense to come to the practices.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I forgot about that one.
Yeah. And so we went to the practices and we enjoyed ourselves. We worked out and we saw it, and they were like, yeah, just come on back and da. So we came back and we had a great time. We were working out. Looked like we were doing things different than we were because we were trying to get in shape, trying to, do something different and let our guard down and try to be included and not be like outsiders and not join in. And so then we went to join. We went to just pay the fees to join. It was no contracts.
No contract. But this is the thing about it. Now, this is what I want y'all to understand and see is that once we completed the self-defense course, all right, he awarded us probably like the 6 people that was there an orange belt.
That's
all right. So when we signed up, we went into this particular institution as an orange belt instead of a white belt.
Yeah, that's right.
After 4 days of training, we got promoted.
No, we went to the practices.
No, but after 4 days of training the self-defense, remember
we qualified.
It was 4 days. It was once a week.
It was every
Tuesday. So 4 days
for like an hour.
We perfected the basic stuff of white belt to get to orange belt.
Yeah.
That fast.
Yeah.
Fast.
Yeah. And we didn't realize that. We thought we were that good, We were like, okay, yeah.
We don't know because we never did it before. So we didn't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like this we're talking about when we're within our ignorance.
Yeah.
All right.
Of it all. This was a few years ago. This is like 4 or 5. Yeah. We didn't. We didn't know. And so then what happened? So once we joined. We joined. And then he said it was like a group. It was just 3 people that ran it. It was we're gonna call them a different alias names, and for all intents and purposes, we're gonna call them, G.I. Joe. Remember G.I. Joe and Cobra and Destro? That's what we're gonna call them, Cobra and Destro, because they were 2 people working together like that.
Yeah.
But we didn't know, So we first thought they were G.I. Joe, nice guys teaching us good things.
Yeah.
So, and so that we continued on, and they said that we had to pay for registration and pay for pads, and like it was a chest guard and arm pads and shin guards and I don't know. It was just a lot of equipment, and we were like, okay, yeah, we got that. We got that. It was a lot, and so we paid percentage of it. He was like, "Oh God, you guys can pay it, and da 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 da. Once it comes in, you can pay the rest." And so we did. And but it was like but we already were preparing for this particular endeavor, and so we already bought things online. So we just bought particular things like maybe some gloves.
Actually, we got some stuff from a yard sale, not knowing
that years
we was
ago
gonna have to use that stuff.
Yep. We did years ago. We had bought some taekwondo gear.
I didn't know what it was.
We didn't know. We just knew it was some gear, and we looked like we wanted to have it.
It was like the basic stuff, the basic like little
head guard and
hand gear, hand gears.
Yeah, you're right.
Foam shin guards and stuff. Yeah.
And so and so we had that, and so some of the things fit us, and some of them didn't. So we got some of the things that that didn't fit on us. That's what we did.
Well, we got some stuff offline.
Yeah, and we got a lot of things offline. We got our chest protector and
Amazon.
Things. Yeah, yes, we did. And so we got it from Amazon. Some things, and we got some things from the yard sale, and we found. Okay, let me move forward. Well, I'll wait till we get to the thing, because remember we found the sticks.
Well, okay. So we joined, and one day we was just like, I guess, working on basic stuff. You know what I'm saying? Kicks, punch, reverse punch, whatever, just basic stuff. So then the very next practice, he threw us into sparring.
Yes.
Like, didn't know the rules. All right, didn't know the rules. Didn't know what was going on. He just threw us out there to spar. All right. I was rushing. I was all out of breath and everything, and they were trying to tell me to slow down, but I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I did 5 freaking days of training, and then they throw us out there, both of us out there to spar.
Yeah.
And you know what the results was is that we was handling our own against some people that's supposed to be having some
black belts, green belts, blue belts.
Lost training.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The people that been there like for a year and a half, and we know nothing about the martial art. We never done nothing.
And they would stop us, the parents that would be there for the other people that were there, the children and stuff, and they were like, "Where did you train?" We were like, "Oh, we just think we know how to fight, like, and we know how to build up some type of strength and understanding on how to counter whatever you're throwing." And so then, as we continued forward through the practices, we're still intrigued, because we're like, wow, they got us sparring, we're good, la da da da, we got an orange belt, and blah 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 blah. So then we start going to the different practices where more and more people are there, opposed to where we were coming out of the training for the self-defense. And when we first got there, it was a belt ceremony. And so we were like, wow, okay, we just missed the belt ceremony. Wow. And so we saw the people have the belt ceremony, and then we were like, oh, okay, so we'll probably be at the next belt ceremony. And so we continued on to practice, and we were learning different things, and then other children were coming in, and we saw some of the children were great, and some of them were like really not.
We ain't know.
Yeah, we didn't know how it went and how they were going to work with them to make them better.
We ain't no damn thing.
Yeah.
We doing this.
Yeah.
We ain't know nothing.
Yeah. And so we went to practice? So we went to practice. So we were just practicing. We asked him, what can we do? Like, what can we do to get better? We're trying to get better. Da, da, da. He made us he was like, oh, do 1,000. He said, do 1,000 kicks on each leg for each kick. And we're like, okay. And so we did it, and we got better. Our legs got stronger and everything like that. And then he told us every night, oh, do this 1,000 times, this 1,000 times, this.
Yeah.
This.
Let me interject something right quick so they can get an understanding of what is going on. So the thing is that we told him that we really want to know this stuff, and we were
Yeah.
serious about it, and that
Yes.
we were not trying to be like no fake type
No.
of black belt. So
Yes,
when we
did.
get that to that level,
We wholeheartedly came to
yeah,
him.
we like we really want to
Oh
know
my gosh.
this.
We was
Like
we
want,
truly
it
want to
was
know
like,
this. We really,
yeah, it
you know
wasn't
what I
for fun.
It wasn't.
It wasn't for gain. Like when we was intrigued, and we wanted to know it.
And fully committed
and
to
we
try to
told him
learn
this.
and focus. And we told him this.
Yeah.
And we thought that he understood where we were coming from and wanted the same things,
and
because
he made us think that he understood where we were coming from and
Yes,
stuff. So
he
we
did.
were like, we want to really know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you got the knowledge on it, we want to know it.
Yeah.
And we want to know how to do it proficiently, not being some whack fighter thinking they can fight full of confidence and then get the butt whooped when it counts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Real.
Yeah. So let's just skip through time of practicing and getting better and whatever. So we're gonna skip to the time when we started sparring. So we're sparring and we're doing well.
2 days, two practices after we joined. We did 4 days of doggone self-defense and then 2 probably. No, actually, no, we did only 1 day. Then the next day we only did 1 day of practice.
Yeah. And then we started sparring.
Oh.
Yeah. And then we were able to hang in there, and so the second time they had us spar, some things we didn't have and they let us use because they had extras and things, but we had the basics. And so we sparred, and I don't know. It just wasn't.
Look, I know that we was all into it.
Yeah.
And we were serious about it. They even like made us part of the inner circle.
Yes, they did. Okay, we got into the inner circle because we were, really trying hard and really intrigued. We went early. We went as early as 2 hours early.
Yeah.
And to work out, to help out, clean up, whatever. Because his motto was courtesy, integrity, perseverance, self-control, honesty, and indomitable spirit. So we were like, we like that. Bullshit.
Anyway.
I mean, because he was saying what intrigued me was like, I'm about to learn 15 different martial arts. They said it was like 15 different martial arts for striking, grappling, weaponry. What was it?
Just listen to what this one man, he's a 6th degree black belt and all these different things, but this is the things that he said that he's going to teach us. All right, he said taekwondo. This is for striking. Taekwondo, kickboxing, Wing Chun, karate, Muay Thai, Kempo, boxing, and then also grappling, which we never grappled. So grappling. All right, then he put.
We did.
For grappling, no, we ain't grappling.
That's what all that Mcdojoism was.
Listen, Hapkido. Wrestling, which we never did. Aikido, Concedo. All right. Oh, don't forget about the weaponry.
Right.
A screamer.
That was my thing. A screamer.
A screamer. Look, Gumdo, which wasn't on the website before. We saw it now was on there.
And
Kendo and the bow staff. All right. It doesn't even stop there.
It was a mixed hybrid and a multi-discipline that he taught, which was Jeet Kune Do,
Bruce Lee,
Northern Praying Mantis, and Modern Combatives.
What the hell is that?
So I was like, what?
You know what I'm saying? So we thinking this dude is like badass, legit dude and everything. You know what I'm saying?
It was a nice facility.
Again, we don't know about Mcdojos just yet. All right. So
yes.
As we were going along, we're having fun. We're getting belts quicker than the mug.
Yes, getting belts. And then by us coming in the inner circle, and him, after we told him that we wanted to train and do better, he was like, okay, well, he wanted us to ride bikes with them. And so we try to start working out and riding bikes to build our stamina, like ride 15, 20 miles or whatever, right? And so we went one time, but we only had like the bike that we had. They got some supersonic bikes that's like
they got them doggone bikes that be like, you know, them like real bike, like they really riding bikes as a sport and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like the dude was like, "Hey, y'all stay. We just think we're gonna ride a bike on like leisurely on the
park
and everything.
You know,
little bike
down the park line, yeah.
And the doggone dad, the dad, I said Darth Vader.
Oh shit!
Cobra Commander.
Oh,
Cobra Commander's dad.
Oh shit!
Y'all go on a straight line. Y'all right? I said a straight line.
I'm like, dude, I'm not talking
man. Like I'm grown. I mean, I might look young, but I'm not that young. You know, I'm not in my 20s, and I damn sure wasn't in my early 30s.
Okay.
So I'm, but anyway.
Yeah.
But anyway.
So we tried to do that to build, you know, our stamina, our strengths and energies. You know. Yeah. It was good, but they were each time they changed the time. First of all, these people they changed the times of when we were supposed to do it, and it kept going earlier and earlier. And I was like, well, I can barely make it at 9. We can't make it at 7.
They were And we got lives outside of
martial arts. Yeah,
before we knew it was a Mcdojo.
Yeah, before we knew it was a Mcdojo.
But now he even gave my wife a bike, like for free, and he even gave us a kick pad.
It was like a $600 bike,
a standing
bob, like
not a bob,
but the bob, but the kind that you can kick.
Standing kick, like a punching bag kick bag. You put the water and stuff, and he even gave us one of those and everything. You know what I'm saying? But see, one thing I wanted to also say that we forgot to say, like when we probably was sparring probably for a month or whatever, and one of the deputy black belts came up to me and told me that I got like a X on my back, and all the black belts want to spar me and stuff. I mean, like, why do all the black belts want to spar orange belt? They just been in there. They ain't even have like 30 days of training. You know what I'm saying? They didn't I was like, why me? I don't know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I just know I have to defend myself, but I mean, I don't know nothing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it was just crazy. Yeah. It was crazy. It was crazy. You know what I'm saying?
But it was, and then I had to, after I fought all the females that were there, no one really, they weren't coming to the day to spar, so I had to fight the guys there.
Yeah. But see, actually, I kind of fixed it where I had her sparring the guys and stuff because, you know, a lot of the females wouldn't spar her because she was like just kicking people down, kicking black belts down, and nobody really wanted to spar her too hot. Not none of the females and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Even some females wouldn't even come on sparring day just so they wouldn't have to spar her. But they'll be on on a practice day that you ain't got to spar and all that. But, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, she had to start sparring guys because not even the black belt females that was there could even deal with him. And then we're not trying to say that we was all that, but.
Well, look here. I'm not trying to say I was all that, but I know that I have some skills. I have different backgrounds and different things. It wasn't in martial arts, but I know how to defend my life. So I was fighting, and I thought that's what we were supposed to be doing.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
but we're doing pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know, we're doing pretty good. We're holding our own, and we're kind of becoming like the I guess the next phenom of the dojo.
The next Mcdojo phenoms, thinking that we're doing something, but
not knowing I mean,
no, because then at the time that we think that we're doing something, they have this dude from back in the day that used to go with his tutelage under him. And he came and was just kicking everybody's tail. I was like, wow, okay. And so we were like, okay, we trying to do a little more than what we're doing here because we pity patting around. So, but the thing that really turned me was when I started to see that the children weren't really disciplined like they originally saw.
It was null and void. Them kids, it was null and void.
The kids weren't doing they were just like disrespectful and stuff. And I had to handle some of the children sometimes and let them know. I don't care if your mom is there. We need to handle this better. You're supposed to be doing right. Look, you're trying to learn the martial arts, dude.
You talk about the children leaving the ranks and running over to their parents and like
going to cry when they don't want to run around in a circle. They don't want to do the
parents don't do nothing about it because if you come in there to learn discipline, you ain't supposed to be doing all that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the discipline wasn't enforced like that.
Nope.
Every now and then, but it wasn't enforced like that. Kids just ran rapid.
Yeah.
And then when you like try to correct the child, they try to get on you, talking about, oh, we still trying to have fun and all this and all that. But like you're trying to teach self-defense. You're trying to teach these people how to defend themselves in some real life situations.
Things that made us know and understand, and let's just say this is like maybe a year and a half more in, okay? Because we stopped like a little bit after.
Look, we was in for a year and a half, and we was red belts at that time.
Yeah.
When we left.
Red belts.
We were red belts when we left.
Yes.
In a year and a half.
But you don't understand the test that we went to.
Oh my God!
The belts, the upper belts couldn't even do any of the moves that were.
Now, check out the belt test. The belt test is ridiculous. All right, so everybody's lined up in rank. The white belts is first and everything, and so rank goes all the way back down to the black belts or whatever.
And everybody did the same thing.
Yeah, they did the same thing. All right, but
after you met their meat.
Listen, but if you did not really know how to do the kick or whatever, the assistant instructor would show them how to do it, and then you do it, and then you can
mediocrely do it, and you pass.
Yeah,
you didn't have to do it.
It wasn't like you had to do. It's like it was almost like a pre-test. The test was a pre-test because if you did it wrong, some people did it wrong. He got the assistant instructor showed them how to do it. Then they try to do it and they still won't do it right. He passed so many people.
This one guy, he was in the military. His son was in there. And he came home for Iran, Iraq. He made his son redo the test because he saw that his son shouldn't have been passed up. And he made his son redo the test.
Yeah. One time we seen a person, because we ended up getting involved in the self-defense part of the course of it, helping
out,
and we seen all right. So we said at the end of the course and everything, you get the orange belt. But then at the very next belt test, which is about like a week later, he was gonna promote the kid to yellow belt.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. In his school, he put. I know some traditionally yellow come before orange, but in his class, orange is before yellow. All right, so he was going to promote this kid.
You had really good kids come in there that were great and were awesome, and then they left.
They had really skill, yeah.
And we didn't know. We didn't. Yeah. We just thought it was like, oh, they did soccer, they did this, they did that. So it was like, so we didn't realize until after. Well, the discipline of the children is what made me realize. Yeah. And so
and when those people got their black belts, they all left. All the black belts left. And it got a point that was like only black belt it was.
And we saw the beginnings of a black belt, black belt training or whatever, and I was like, Brian, if they want to do this, they can't. They're not going to be. We found out that you can't even be you weren't going to be a black belt in the whole world. You were just going to be in that state. And we were like, that's crazy.
We ain't even supposed to be saying each other's names. I told her she was going to say my doggone name. It's all right, though. It's all right, though. I already knew it. But anyway, whatever. But it's all right. But anyway, now let's talk about the sparring. All right. Now, the sparring. This is the sparring. So we got these oversized hoguls on. All right, we got oversized hoguls. We got headgears. Some people got headgears that look like a football helmet and stuff. Yes. You got the shin guards. You got your cup. You got your hot ass taekwondo MMA bullshit ass uniform on.
Your gi.
You know what I'm saying? With your chi, Shoryuken.
Shoryuken.
Anyway.
Motherfucker! combat.
Look. Anyway, so this is it. So punches don't really count in the sparring. All right. Only if you like push them back, but it still didn't count. Only like kicks counted. All right. So majority of the time we're kicking. All right.
And they don't tell us that punches don't count.
Listen. We're supposed to know self-defense because on the website it says on the street there are no rules and no referees. But when we're sparring, punches don't count and just kicks. You know what I'm saying? No. They teach us
punches.
No. You can punch, but to the whole group. But it's not. You can't do no jabs.
No, but you can do.
You can't do no. You can't do no uppercuts. You can't do all that. All the right. The cross. You can't do none of that. You can't do none of that. But you can do what? What can you do?
You can do wrist hands and back hands to their head, but you can't punch them in the face.
Yeah, but you can kick them to the. You can kick to the head. You can kick to the head though. So right there, you're debilitating yourself by not being able to use the jab, your hands. You know what I'm saying?
And first of all, they got you blocking the wrong way.
Yeah, well you can break.
Your wrist.
They got you break like
and
blocking kicks with your arm.
Way, but I was kicking the Muay Thai way, and they were wondering why I'm kicking that way, and I had to kick that way because the way they were telling me to kick was swelling my foot up.
All I know is that, and another thing, we were sparring people that was black belts that was higher belts than us, and then after like a while, we found out that these people was kids. These people was kids. Like they was bigger kids. They looked like they was like 19 and stuff, but these kids was like 13 and 14 and stuff. Like, and they got us grown adults. And beating them up, and we're going hard at them.
We was doing child abuse.
We're going hard at them. Then we find out that these is kids. I mean, talking about these kids is our height.
We did not know.
They are height
and big,
damn near bigger than us.
Yeah,
and we thinking they got black belt. We thinking they like okay, they you know,
adults because they couldn't be a child with a black belt.
You got me beating the hell out of a child.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
A black belt child. I'm still an orange belt, yellow belt, green, whatever. I'm beating the hell out of black. But I'm thinking this is a grown ass black belt that know what the hell they doing. I'm in my mind, black belts know what they doing. There's no doggone children. There's no doggone reason why some newcomers should come into a place and beating up freaking black belts in there. I mean, period.
And then that's what made me realize I was like, oh, I don't think if we could beat up the black belts, if we can beat black belts and people could beat us up, I'm not trying to do that. Yeah. So we didn't want to do that.
So like, what really alarmed us first? What alarmed us first, really, something was wrong, was that how everybody got the belts and they just like passed the belt test, and some people ain't been there for 2 months, and then when the belt test come around, they just there and then they get promoted, and they ain't been there since the last belt test. You know what I'm saying? And like people's like, and we like, what is going on? I'm like, what is going on? You know what I'm saying? And you know, he used to let us spar before practice because I felt like that the only way you're gonna get better in this if you like spar, if you actually do it. Yeah. And then all of a sudden he started trying to put an end to it, and then the sparring in class started getting inconsistent, and he started like, I remember coming into practice early, and I seen him and his assistant practicing, making up new moves,
new stuff
to teach us, saying this is
wait a minute, okay, so
not even proven.
Let's move to when we were doing some weapons training at Screamer, because I started doing it at home with my husband, and we came there and was like, oh, can we do this and that and the third, and they were like, sure. And so they started teaching us how to work with the sword and the bow staff and the eskrima sticks. And so, you know, we were doing the different moves and stuff like that. But the one we had to go out of town or something for something, and when we left, we heard that they had a sparring match with the eskrima sticks, and I'm glad that we weren't there for that, because there's no way that any of those people were prepared to fight with a weapon on top of fighting with uh, um with their hands. What about when we started doing point sparring, Brian?
To me, point sparring was a bunch of bull. Um, I, we probably point spar like one time, man, but
It
like
was twice.
twice.
Yeah, we point
Man,
spar twice.
but you know what? All I'm saying is this: the sparring was bullshit. We had us heavy hogels on, and they still had us. They want us to
And
like
we
lightly hit and
We
everything.
couldn't-
And when you got a little dog on sound, they be like, calm down and all
Calm
this.
down, slow.
You supposed to be teaching
Light
the self
sparring.
defense from the streets and everything, but
Yeah.
we lightly tapping and everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the thing about the practices is that they never
Amounted to
it was
anything.
never repetitious. The footwork was lacking. The all the others, all the thousands of martial arts that he practiced, that he promised he didn't teach. Like to me, when you're in the streets, people are just using fists. He taught us.
Nobody's waiting for you to make a move.
Footwork was non-existent. Basically, he did not teach us any footwork. Barely.
Yeah.
Footwork. He didn't teach us the application of punches and kicks. We mostly kick, but the punches was non-existent because we're not allowed to use the jab and the uppercut and all that stuff. But how are we supposed to be able to defend ourselves with just kicks? Because eventually somebody gonna catch a kick and knock you down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He talking about he presented us grappling. We did no wrestling. We did no jiu-jitsu. We just basically kicked around and bullshitted around and like tap with these heavy ass hobos on that like limited you from fully executing your moves and everything. And there's no way that us only being there for a year and a half, like within 6 months, we was like premier people in that place.
Yeah.
And that's unheard of.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that we're bad and we can all fight. Now, what we're saying is that we was at a Mcdojo and we came with no experience at all, and we're handling people from this Mcdojo. You know what I'm saying?
Different degrees.
But
so that's why we decided to make this particular page.
Yeah, so we can warn people. We can warn people about it because they give you a false sense of confidence that you can go out there and do something against somebody. Then you end up getting mollywopped up in the place and everything.
You're bad and you can kick and it's really gonna work and you can do this and that and you can really save your life.
And see and
you really can't because nobody's waiting for you to make the move on them to execute what you learned.
Now, and one thing that made me know that this guy was full of shit was that when he told me that he used taekwondo as to get people in, and then once he get them in, he used the other so-called self-defense to do it. So he's a liar. You know what I'm saying? He's a Mcdojo.
Make it big so we can see that if there's anything right there, please.
There's no view.
I know, but it was. And
but
maybe they're asking questions and we're not answering.
I don't know, but they gonna hear it anyway because this is the whole Mcdojo truth.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, so that's how we began. We were allowed to start it because we were saying that we wanted to take the pictures and the video so that we can get better and help them make some type of reel that they can show in their
So the Mcdojo Chronicles actually started out as the name of the place we was at and everything, and we was given permission to take the videos and everything to show the sparring and stuff, but when we found out there was a Mcdojo, you know what I'm saying? Cause we looked up, cause we were serious, and we started getting like, we was like,
really interested in it. And
what I was trying to say that
I
we
don't know,
started getting uninterested in
yes,
the
'cause-
practices. We
yes,
started getting
'cause they were
unpleased
lame.
after we left practice. We was feeling like unfulfilled. You know what I'm saying?
And
It was
that's
like
because
unfulfilled.
the Kunjanim, he left for the day or a weekend or something, and his instructor led the practice, and we really had a strong, fulfilling practice that we actually were doing something
Yeah,
that was dealing with
Yeah.
our feet and
Yeah.
hitting and doing this multiple. It was just a really good practice.
and plus, how good can you get if you can like handle the best people that's in there? How
Yeah.
good can you
only
really
as
be
good as your weakest
if
link.
if you're like handling people that been in there for you for like years, like
And
10
you
years,
yeah,
and
you just come there
and they
you're-
thinking you done some stuff. I mean,
what did you train?
you know what I'm
We didn't
saying?
train anywhere in
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
Trained us, buddy.
Yeah, so we was really unhappy, and we done ran into into the Mcdojo
Yes,
with
into
a
the
Master
show.
Ken.
Oh
with
my
Master Ken, and I
goodness!
started watching that,
And everything he was
and I'm
saying,
like, hold up,
I said,
now.
"Wait a minute!
Yeah.
This sounds like
Yeah,
Wait
so we
now.
start getting into like what is a Mcdojo?
what is happening."
Yeah, so we start getting into that, and we start
we
seeing
realized-
different videos of Mcdojos, and then
Oh
we
my
realized
goodness.
that we was at a
belt
factory.
We was at a belt
factory.
Yes.
You know, we was at a
'Cause
belt
every
factory.
6 weeks there was
Every
a,
6 weeks they tested
oh my
for a
god.
belt. Every 6 weeks they tested.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
And
And
they had
so-
a special that parents can come for free until the child gets to a green belt.
Till the parents get to a green belt and the child.
No, the child got to get the green belt, and then the parents got to start charging. The parents got to start
Look,
paying.
All I know is that
'Cause they didn't
look,
always
all I
pay.
know is that we had that false confidence.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We thought we can whip anybody ass. You know what I'm saying? And reality is that we was being taught bullshit. But I ain't saying it was bullshit. Not the kick snakes. I believe that the guy knew what he was doing, but his heart was not in it because
His heart wasn't in
he
it.
even said that. Oh, one time we said something. Oh yeah, y'all made me have a love for it again. So you telling me that you didn't have a love for it? So that means you weren't teaching me to your full capacity, which he wasn't, because you can't.
It shows.
You can't not teach people footwork and say you like try and protect them and help them defend yourself in the streets.
You cannot teach people every
And not the
aspect
punch.
of martial arts, footwork, handwork, head work, neck work, whatever work,
Yeah.
and not. I mean, you can't if
And
you
not-
don't want to. Yeah,
Yeah,
if you're
not to
gonna-
mention that when you become a black belt, you're on black belt in 6 different martial arts.
Yeah, and where
Know
they
what
do
I'm saying?
that at?
And so we was unfulfilled. We was researching, and we was realizing, and we visit my mom one day, and my lady gonna tell you what she said.
She said, "Oh, you guys are just like, hey, I'll do what you want, master. I'll kick this kick for you, master. I'll do what you want."
Yeah, not to mention like we was cleaning that little nasty dojo smell like.
Oh my god,
You know what I'm saying?
it
And-
smelled like horrible hot.
You know what I'm saying?
And
And,
we cleaned it, and she just made us be aware, and then that just made us know that
So
we were doing the most.
So like, and the thing about the spawn thing, and this is near the end. We was near before we was about to leave and everything. I noticed like everybody's like extra hard on me. Like everybody's not like extra hard on me. It's not like they like kicking my ass and like doing like what we was taught. It's like they was like it's like they wasn't like, since we wasn't able to kick harder, so we'll throw a kick and they'll just step through it and use that to their advantage and everything, and push you over and everything,
be a bully like
and try to bully you around. But like they're not really scoring no points on you or anything like that. And it was just like
no martial arts are being done. It's just
and what my problem is that the things that we need to do to be able to stop that type of attack, we're not allowed to do. We're not allowed to jab a person in the face to stop them from coming forward. We're not allowed to do that. But see, people when you're not using your hands, people are already expecting you to use your legs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they already gonna be blocked for that. If you can't stop a jab, if you can't jab them in the face, in the nose, in the lips, the sweaty lips, whatever, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna keep coming in. And they're gonna stop coming in like that if you're gonna keep jabbing them in the face and they getting popped. You couldn't stop that bullshit because they took the tools away from you to be able to stop
so you
that.
Patty caking around with all this equipment on, hot and sweating, doing nothing.
You know what I'm saying? While you getting pushed around and
by
people doing nothing.
What about when we had to walk around like ducks and roll on the ground?
Mcdojo.
Was entertainment.
Mcdojo.
Okay. What about
oh yeah, the way he used to stand when we used to spar, to stand up like he was motherfucking. Sorry, but motherfucking Superman with his doggone hands on his doggone hip, like he was getting pleasure, enjoyment for us doofing around out there on his little bullshit ass Mcdojo flow, looking at her looking like doggone idiots while he getting paid because not only did he run a Mcdojo, he also sell equipment.
Yeah, he was a
and he sell equipment to other dojos. That was his main. That's his main business. That over teaching people self-defense. The self-defense is the bullshit. It's the bullshit that you teach all these locks and you don't even. He didn't even teach shit in doggone. He didn't teach any repetition. We did one thing one day, and we came back like 2 days later asking to remind us of what he taught us that 2 days before, and he forgot what he taught us. Simple fact, because he made the shit up before practice, and it's not even motherfucking fight proven. It's not fight proven. And I'm sorry, but this is live and uncut. It's unproven. But anyway, our last day at the Mcdojo, we were sparring. So I go against this dude that always whoops his booty. And it's not even nothing about that, you know what I'm saying? But we was at a Mcdojo. So I guess we was the best at the Mcdojo, which makes us the worst at a real place. Okay. But we was best at the Mcdojo. So I'm no reasoning why.
There's no reason why us at this Mcdojo, we should stay any longer. Once we came back.
But anyway, like it was like, so it's just like it's a lot that was going on in my head at that time and everything. And because I was like, I can't believe that I'm at a Mcdojo that I've been snowed and stuff, and I've been paying my money to be snowed and everything. And it's like this some shit because we just like took this seriously in our life and everything. So I forgive me for the long pause and everything. But for real, we thought we was actually gonna learn something. We put our trust in him because he told us he was gonna teach us for real to be the real deal, because that's what we asked for. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it hurts to be lied to and everything, to know that it was a bunch of BS and everything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so I sparred this guy, and he wasn't doing nothing but brushing up on me, not doing any kicks, and just trying to push me around and everything. So then he eventually pushed me into this large utility frame that's probably stood about like 4 feet tall and everything.
Okay. Yes.
And and I was upset because I like, I'm tired of people. I'm not saying I'm not a sore loser. People beat me because I was beat before. You know what I'm saying? But all I'm saying is that, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you not using what we were being trained? Why is you like just trying to push me around and everything and not using what we was trained? If I do that, they will be tripping. You know what I'm saying? They will be tripping. So it was a very humbling time when we came to know that we was at a Mcdojo and everything, and a thing that probably like really like stings bad is that we were serious about it, and this dude made us believe that, you know what I'm saying, he was gonna, you know what I'm saying, fulfill what we needed what we wanted and everything, and he didn't. You know what I'm saying? And that's the stuff you got to be wary about, man, because these people is out here to scam you for your money and everything. You know what I'm saying? And so they can get their paper and you get this false confidence and you really don't know what you're doing because they doing like they teaching you so fast. You know what I'm saying? And you think you know what you're doing because you hitting the wrist lock and everything and people moving for you because they're not resisting though. In real life, when people resisting it's harder to do things and everything. And also the lack of using your hands, you know what I'm saying, and using head movement and footwork and all that, you know what I'm saying, because we really were serious. So we looked at things we need to be doing in this thing, and we weren't getting that. And we realized that he wasn't, he was just a businessman because he sold his taekwondo equipment. Yeah.
And we had to go.
Yeah. So like you really have to be careful, man. You really have to be
conscientious. You got to do your research because after that, we really did our research. We thought since we found it in a book and it was for in a college book or something that it was legit and it was okay and it was, you know, test certified. But we started reading some of the reviews and hearing different things, and we realized like, wow.
He's the #1 bullshit artist.
Yes.
And him and his assistant, they bullshit artists. They
Cobra industry.
They pursue. They act like they're all good, hearted, and all this and all that.
Yeah.
But they really out for that money.
And remember when they were talking about the one time that
how you gonna defend yourself and not use your hands?
But they try to call a whole nother place Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
Because they got beat up.
Yeah.
They be pity patting
so
around.
When we got there, they did no more tournaments. You know why? Because they didn't win nothing. They got beat up.
They got
beat up. They got beat up.
When they won.
You know what I'm saying?
They and a lot of. Well, how are you supposed to be when you're in a fighting tournament?
Yeah, but anyway, like after we left and everything, the guy he emailed us and everything and tried to tell us to turn over the channel to him.
Yeah,
you know, which I made for him, and did the
channel was originally made for you know we were active in with the place, and so that we were allowed to video everything, and we were trying to help promote them because we thought it was a nice family place. We were learning stuff and everything, and then we once we realized that this is not right, and he tried to ask for give me the paper. He tried to get the page shut down. We just changed the name of it. Yeah. And redid everything, and it still worked. There was nothing they could do.
But I forgot because I skipped it. But right before that, when I told him that we was gonna leave and everything, he tried to say, "Now we're the black belt. We're red belts." So all right. So he said that in the next 3 months they're gonna be testing for the black belt, and we can get black belt. Can we stay till then until we can get our black belt? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, it's no honor in that. What is honor in doing that? I'm just a red belt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He said, you guys are better than most black belts. And it would be honor because you deserve it. Like, nah, dude, we're not doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. So
So that's like the whole gist of the basic Mcdojo experience that we encountered. It's more deep and intricate, but that's what we can recollect at this time. And that's what really mattered the most to us. Yeah. And we just we're just into honor and the reality of what you're saying that you know how to do and teach me properly. The reality of the truth. And see, so if you can tell us the truth and teach us for real, then I'm with you. But if you're teaching us some Mcdojo stuff and we trusted you thinking contrary to what you're telling us, then I'm gonna expose you.
Yeah, and that's the thing
without any sorrow.
That's the purpose of the channel, because we got actual Mcdojo footage throughout
the time,
through sparring,
the belts,
through the sparring,
through the belts, through the practices.
You can see that it's a bunch of bullshit, and we're showing you this is all over the place. This is not like no famous person that's a Mcdojo. No. We talking about this is like a little average Joe place, and the dude that's trying to capitalize on people that don't know nothing about self-defense or martial arts or boxing.
That's right.
And that's who they pry on.
And they have him in the school system.
Yeah, so they can fool you and you can pay your money and pay $300 for your gear.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then you can be black belt within freaking a year and a half to 2 years.
If you pay $500.
You know what I'm saying? And
they couldn't even do push-ups.
And it shouldn't even be
or
about
sit-ups.
No belt. Somebody should want to teach you how to doggone
They couldn't do the basic exercises.
No, people couldn't even do the push-ups.
Try to maintain to be ready to learn the martial arts.
Yeah.
And they still got passed on to the next belt.
Yeah.
Are you serious right
now? So
how
good are you really?
Yeah. So we had to get out of there.
How good are you really?
Honestly,
you got kids spawning adults. The kids getting a big head. You know the adults is not gonna go hard. So
and the betterment that we got, the betterment that we were was only because we practiced at home. Yeah. And we had the proper equipment.
It still wasn't nothing because we were doing training from some old black ass jackass. Yeah. For real. He was all super nice and all this stuff.
He was awesome,
Mr. Extreme Team and this and that. But you know what? Bottom line is he was screwing everybody. So don't think that we talk trash about the people on the doggone video for the simple fact that everybody was being deceived.
Yes.
Everybody was. Everybody think they can do this and do that, but everybody would get their ass mollywopped on the street because he did not prepare everybody for the streets. Because you ain't throwing your hands and using footwork, head movement, you ain't gonna survive out there. You can't just
Stone Cold says so.
Just because people ain't expecting you to throw a kick. Well, you throw a kick all fucked up and then you miss, and then you keep throwing kicks and they catch it and they beat the shit out of you. And that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he's doing everybody injustice, just like a lot of other people. This is our freaking story. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to run from the Mcdojo. For real.
Go to the Mcdojo.
Don't go to
it.
Don't go to it.
The McDougal.
You know what I'm saying? You can't make black belt in a year and a half to 2 years. You won't be an expert in all the basic skills, especially if you're not learning footwork. You got to have consistent training. You can't learn how to. You can't learn footwork every other freaking 4 months. You don't find
someone to privately teach you.
Yeah.
So they can train you for real.
Or find a legit place. Because he didn't do no tournament fighting and stuff because he know they got their asses whipped because what he teaches mediocre. And all he can show, all he had was his little sidekick saying that he can kick really hard and all this.
He never showed or did anything.
Using his sidekick.
He didn't do anything.
Bullshit ass wrist lock movements and all this and all that. And
made up
one
immediately.
Guy was doing like some type of movement. Me and him was struggling.
They were trying to take each other by the neck.
Doing it for real.
They were trying to take each other by the neck.
Nobody won.
Nobody was going to resist because nobody's going to allow you to do these things.
He tried to do a move on the guy that was 6'6", and it didn't work.
And his strength of himself wasn't allowing it to move on him.
People that was 6'6" at the damn dojo,
and that's ridiculous.
And that's damn ridiculous. And we ain't been in it long. A year and a half.
Needless to say,
whatever.
Don't go the Mcdojo way.
Don't go.
Because it'll hurt you up in a major way.
Don't do it.
So we thank you for tuning in, and we look forward to hearing from you and answering your questions. We'll check y'all later. Ciao.